All right, we're in the house. Here we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Football with the fellas. Clay from Brooklyn. And who's this with me?
It's your man Mazo right here. It's all about Big Blue. For another episode. We ready.
Listen, I'm ready. It's the Giants I'm worried about not being ready. I'm ready.
I know y'all see us shaking our heads. I know you were all doing the same thing over the weekend when you watched that debacle. And again, we have to use that word debacle again. That game with the Giants.
A common word here.
That is the word.
They beat us like we stole something.
Man.
And in fairness, they could have beat us worse. They could have beat us by a bigger score. They started sitting people down at the end. They're like, Lamar, Derek, y'all hit the showers. Y'all did enough.
And it didn't matter. It
didn't matter. But, you know, it could have been even worse. It didn't feel as close as 35-14, which is not close.
No, it was a slow beatdown. That's what it was, a slow, gradual beatdown. Except for,
right.
And I know you probably said you went like this. Opening kickoff and the the Raven receiving guy just took off, and I'm like, no, not the beginning of the game. Please.
So this is one more reason Daboll has to go. And I like Brian Daboll. He seems like a nice guy. He seems very passionate. He seems very knowledgeable, but he's not attentive to detail enough. You cannot make me believe that nobody else can reach the end zone but Graham Gano.
Right.
He should never kick off again in his life. He
Never.
Almost got hurt again on that kickoff. He got run over by several people trying to make that tackle on kickoff. I'm like, what is this 37-year-old man doing on the field? Let Jamie Gillen kick off. I'm sure he can reach the end zone.
You know, we got, again, that's another one we got to replace. We got definitely
just kick it out the end zone. Give them the 30. Start at the 30. Like, don't kick it to the end zone. Kick it through the end zone. Kick it out the back of the end zone. I can reach the goal line kicking off, or at least I could in my 30s and 40s. I don't know if I still could, but it can't be that hard to kick the ball out the end zone for a professional football player kicker.
They're kicking from what line? What line of scrimmage are they kicking from? Like
I don't care if they kick from their own goal line. Just kick it out the end zone. I don't care if the wind's in your face. You have one job: kick the ball out the end zone. If you can't do it, get me somebody that can.
It was terrible. Only saving grace we had was like 3 or 4 plays in, and when
Lamar fumbled.
Lamar fumbled. That was it. You know, I mean, I was like, okay, we got a turnover. We're gonna do something with it, and it was like nothing.
No, we didn't do anything with it, but delay their score.
Hey, there were some bright spots though. I mean, you know, hey, wait a minute. There was definitely a bright spot because DeVito was getting the ball to Neighbors. He was at least throwing it to Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors got a few catches.
Yeah, he got a lot of catches. So I mean, you know, that was good. They did the unthinkable again that we always talk about, and to Wandale. You know, again, when that route that he runs, that's always 2 yards short of first down. It's like when he touches the ball, he gets immediately crushed. And he's not a big guy.
And he weighs about $160, so you know he's not like he's stiff arming people and breaking tackles.
No.
But in fairness, he did catch one. I think it was 4th and 2, and he caught a 3-yard pass to move the chains. So he did get the first down once. But most of his catches are short of the chains.
I don't get it.
But yeah, you're right. Neighbors had 10 catches and a touchdown. I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't from Daniel Jones. It wasn't from Drew Lock, and it wasn't from Tommy DeVito. But he did get a touchdown.
It was from the 4th-string guy, right? It was the
4th-string guy. Yeah,
Boyle.
Tim Boyle. TB12, as they're calling him now, because his number's 12. So
small T.
We got our own TB12, and he threw a touchdown pass.
It was bad. Oh wait, there was a Daniel Bellinger sighting. He caught about 3 or 4 passes.
He caught 3 passes. I'm all about Daniel Bellinger. Bellinger is a good receiver. Again, he seems to have forgotten how to block, but he can catch the ball.
That was good. It was good.
Very good. Yeah. I mean, he'll catch. I'm confident when you throw the ball down. He'll catch the ball. He'll turn upfield, and if the first guy isn't on him already when he catches it, he'll knock that guy back a little bit and pick up another yard or two before as he falls forward. Yeah, I'm all about Daniel Bellinger. I think Theo Johnson is going to be better, but Daniel Bellinger is not a bad option at tight end.
They're a good 1-2 punch. They're good to
absolutely. And with Chris Manhertz, the blocking tight end, our tight end room is one of the best rooms on our team. Like as far as position groups, that's one of the best on the team when they're healthy. If and when they're healthy.
If and when they're healthy, that's the only thing. It's the only thing.
But yeah, overall, I mean, listen, 35-14, there's no positive spin to 35-14 other than it helps us get the best draft pick next year. But the game itself,
we
gave up 445 yards and we had 236 yards of our own. So they outgained us by over 200 yards. We gave up 170 rushing yards. That's usually not a good sign. When the other team is running for 170 yards, you are rarely winning.
Right.
I guess some of the good news is a strong word. Some of the less bad news is that Derrick Henry only ran for 67 yards. So I thought he was going to have a good $150, maybe 200, but he didn't have even one bill, much less two bills on the ground. Lamar had 6 carries for 65 yards. He was running all through us like we weren't there. He was fixing his pants while running.
I saw that.
While running. That was hilarious.
He actually stopped.
In the middle of a play, he's like, I am so far from a giant that I can stop and adjust my uniform and pull up my pants and then get another 10 yards.
It was unbelievable. It was funny.
I've never seen that before.
I thought it was like he was on Delancey Street from back in the day and getting his pants tailored. And the guy told him to move over a little bit. I couldn't believe he was doing that.
And did you see the interview after the game? When somebody asked him, I was like, oh, yeah, my tights were falling a little bit. I felt a little breeze. So I just pulled them up. So I wanted to adjust them and make sure that they didn't come falling down. I'm like, that's something you do in the huddle or on the sidelines when your defense is on the field. You don't normally do that in the midst of a 20-yard run.
You don't even have time to do all that. He had time to think
about it. That's how far away the Giants were. It's like, oh, hold on, y'all. I got to fix my tights. Hold on. My long johns are falling down. Let me pull them up. All right, let me get another 10 yards now.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Because, see, Key, that's how I didn't want to get into our defense because all I can say is our defensive backs, I saw their numbers, the big numbers. Remember, the big numbers on the back. I saw the big numbers a lot.
Right.
And see them chasing down, trying to chase down Raven receivers. And Raven receivers were like wide open. They weren't just a little bit. They were wide open.
Like
what are they?
Like they were playing with 12 or 13 and we only had 9 or 10. Like that's how wide open they were.
Right. It was like a relay race that we couldn't win. We couldn't win. It was just And I know everybody who's listening right now, you think we're coming down on the Giants. We're just talking about what we saw. That's all. We're talking about exactly what we saw. And you saw it too if you watched the game.
Dane Belton had 6 tackles and 8 assists. He was in on 14 tackles. Dane Belton is a safety.
That means...
So if he had 14 tackles, that's 14 times that either a pass was caught downfield or a running back broke through the first level and the second level and got to the third level, and Dane Belton had to come make a tackle.
And probably was just hanging on.
I don't want my free safety making 14 tackles. I'm not okay with that.
No. That's not what they're there for.
That's not a good stat.
Not a good stat at all. And Dave will sit there like, what am I going to do? This has got to be his last year. I'm sorry, like you said.
And again, in fairness, everybody's hurt. Like there's all kinds of people hurt. Our second string is hurt. So I get that. But at the same time, so what have you been teaching the people that are on the practice squad that have now moved up and are actually playing? Have they learned anything about football? I mean,
right.
Have y'all met? Michael McFadden was asked about Art Green and I believe Stroman is the other defensive back that we just signed. He's like, I don't know their names. I don't know what that is. How do you play? They introduce themselves. Hey, my name is Michael. Oh yeah, my name is Art. in the huddle during the
been
game. Not
playing
in the huddle
together?
at practice on Tuesday. In the huddle during the game.
It's just, oh man.
It's not okay.
It's not. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. Oh man, we gotta love these guys. We gotta love this
So
team.
now we have 35-14. We can put that in the rear view a little bit. But now guess what we have coming up this week?
The ATL.
We have the ATL. Now, in fairness, the Falcons are only 7-7. They started off better than they're playing now. Lately, they've been struggling, and they had to make some significant changes themselves. But the change they're making
that's
is
that
to
guy
put
we
in
were
Michael
talking about.
Penix, who I wanted us to draft last year with
Yes.
the 6th pick.
Yes, we want
He's
Michael
going to
Penix.
make his debut against us. It's like the fates have aligned just to mess with us. Remember that quarterback y'all didn't want, that y'all said wasn't good enough to take at 6? Well, guess who you're playing next Sunday?
Exactly. He's got touch. He can throw it long, and we're gonna see that too. We're gonna see it.
And pocket presence. He
Pocket
can step
presence.
away from the rush and extend the play. I'm telling you, that is going 2-3 years from now, when we look back, he will be the best quarterback in last year's draft, this year's draft, maybe the year before last. He's going to be a top 5-ish quarterback in this league.
Yeah, we like that.
Man has skills.
We like him, man. Yeah, he was ready when he came out.
And I like Malik Neighbors, don't get me wrong. But if you ask me, what would I rather have, Michael Penix and Jalen Hyatt and Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson, or Daniel Jones throwing Malik Neighbors, that's an easy call for me. That's an easy call for me. I was not on board with Daniel Jones.
No.
I mean, I was hopeful, but I didn't want him instead of Michael Penix. That wasn't even close.
No. And we go to the ATL, right? We go there.
We're going to the ATL, and it's going to be his first game. And he's trying to save their season. They're 7-7. They still got they're a game behind Tampa Bay in their division, and I think 2 games behind the wild card, out of the wild card. So these last 3 games mean something to them. So they're putting in this new quarterback to win these last 3 games.
Starting against us.
Playoffs.
Starting against us.
It starts against us.
And so that means we're going to see the big numbers again of our D-back?
I would imagine, especially again, considering our injuries, that Atlanta's going to put some points up. So if you want, I can run down real quick who's hurt for the Giants so far. First, let me start with who's hurt for Atlanta. Nobody. None of their starters are on the did not practice list. None of their starters are on the limited participant list. They're healthy. Everybody said, wait, who we play this week? I feel fine. Coach, I'm good. I'm fine.
I'm good. Put some tape on and I'm good.
But yeah, just roll him around. He'll be all right. But on our team, did not practice. Bobby Okereke and Brian Burns didn't practice. Backup lineman Aaron Stinney, who had been starting this last week because of the other injuries, didn't practice. Limited participants, Malik Neighbors, Flott, DeVito, Belton, Banks, Roaches, Manhertz, Phillips, Wan'Dale, and JMS were all limited participants in practice. I'm sure many of them will play, but none of them will be 100%, and some of them won't play. That's a long list compared to none on it.
Right. Wait a minute, did you say DeVito? Is he still on the list?
Yeah, these are people who are limited participants in practice.
You mean Boyle might start?
No, Locke's going to start.
Okay, Locke's going to start. Okay.
Locke's going to start.
Okay.
I mean, assuming he is 100% or 100%-ish.
Right.
He won't be 100%, but 80 or 90%.
Will it make a difference though, honestly?
I can't say that I have high expectations for any of the quarterbacks that play for the New York Giants this year.
Not this year. And
again, by the way, we come into the league, into the game last in the league in points scored. We're still at 14.9, not even 15 points a game. Again, if you're backup small forward is scoring 15 points a game, that's pretty good in basketball. But if your team is scoring 15 points a game in football, that's not okay.
Not okay at all, man. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, man.
And we're giving up, we're 20th in the league in points allowed. We're giving up 23 points a game. They are 21st in scoring with just under 21 points a game and 25th in scoring in points allowed with 24.4 points a game. So basically, neither of us is great on defense, and neither of us is great on offense, but we're actually putrid, terrible on offense.
There's degrees of being terrible, and we're at that degree of terrible right now.
We're at the if the college playoffs can't find a 12th team, maybe they should slide us in there because we might have a shot in the college football playoff. Might. We wouldn't be the favorite, but we might make some noise.
You said we wouldn't be a favorite in the college.
We would not be the favorite in the college football playoff, but we might make some noise. We might get it. We might go a round or two into the playoff.
Oh gosh. But we're in the runnings right now for Mr. Ward though.
Oh yeah, no, we have the inside track on the second overall pick for sure, and a decent shot at the first overall pick because the Raiders, who almost won this week, right? They had a Hail Mary on the last play of the game with that, had they caught that Hail Mary, they would have won this week.
Right.
And they seem to me to have a shot at winning a remaining game. I don't think we have a shot. I mean, there's always a puncher's chance, right? Turnovers, injuries, you never know. But realistically, we are probably not going to win any more games.
Oh man, but it's part of me. We every week we say this. Part of me, I want that first pick, but it's hard for me to look at them and say they're going to lose.
It's hard for me to look at them and want them to lose. It is not hard at all to say they're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. But I want them to win. I am rooting for them every game. I watch every game and cheer when the Giants do well.
But they're not doing too well, so you're not cheering.
I don't cheer often. I don't get very many opportunities to cheer.
I honestly look for now, since the beginning of the year, I was looking for them to really make some noise. And then as the year went on and the victories weren't being totaled, I went to try to find something.
Victories were not being totaled.
that W column wasn't clicking, so it wasn't moving. So I'm like, okay,
wasn't moving. It was stuck.
Let me find something. Let me find something in the game that I could just be optimistic and positive about. And I can say that for the last game, it was Neighbors caught a touchdown pass. We saw him a lot. Okay. Bellinger, I like seeing him getting the ball. I can't.
That's about it.
The defense, I don't know.
Well, again, there's a lot of people missing.
Right. And they get pushed around.
Without Dexter Lawrence and Bobby Okereke and Dante Banks. And there's so many people missing. It's a shell of the defense that started the season with. They started the season with.
It's just, I gotta say one thing about DeVito. I think he watched a little too much of Daniel Jones a couple of times, because there was a couple of plays when we were like within I think like the 10-yard line, 10-15-yard line, and he did what Daniel Jones does. He took off like he was going to run, and he stopped and tried to cut back inside. I'm like, the guy who was in front of him, the defensive tackle in front of him, weighs probably 300 pounds. Big guy. If you can't outrun him to the
350.
Right. If you can't outrun him, but he cut back in, and then he ran into a tackle. It's like he ran like Daniel Jones used to do. Just run into a tackle. And then curl up. What is that? What is that? And he did it repeatedly. He didn't just do it once or twice. He kept doing it. I'm like, go outside.
They have no pocket presence.
None.
They have no pocket presence. This is what I love about Michael Penix and Cam Ward. Michael Penix and Cam Ward see these 325-pound guys coming. They're like, that man can't catch me if I just start running now.
Right.
If we have a race, I'm going to win. So I'm going to start running parallel to the line of scrimmage because I know he's not going to catch me, and then buy myself some time to look down the field. Our quarterbacks take a step that way and then say, oh, wait, maybe I need to cut back into the pocket where the other big guys are.
Right.
For reasons
they do it consistently, though. That is like, come on.
Or they just sprint out to the sideline and just throw the ball away. Like they're not necessarily looking to extend the play, looking to escape with their lives and just throw the ball away.
It's just our guys, man. These are our guys. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, it's
It's
gonna be a
rough.
tough
It's rough.
one.
And again, Atlanta is, I mean, they're skilled at the skill positions, and now they have a quarterback. So I can't expect less than 30 points from Atlanta this week.
You
I would
really?
be pleasantly surprised if they score less than 30 points. I expect them to be in at least the 30s. And we can't get in the 30s in a month, much less in one game.
So you're thinking, okay, over 30 for Atlanta. Do you think we're gonna get maybe, let me see. Atlanta's not that great on defense either, you said.
No, no, they're not.
So and okay, so I'm thinking maybe can we get six? Again, two field goals again? That's what I'm
we
going back to
can
field
we
goals
can
again?
probably get six. I would go so far as to say we can get double figures. I just think that if they're in the 30s and we're in the low teens
It's a blowout.
again, like last week, that's not gonna feel good.
Oh man,
Not gonna feel good.
no. Dable's got to go. Who's the offensive coordinator? Dable.
Well, technically Mike Kafka, but Dable calls the plays. So Dable is basically running the offense. And again, there's a lot of explanations, injuries, Joe Shane deciding which players to bring back and which ones to let go that we've talked about many times.
Shane's gonna go too.
But the fact is, Dable's job is to get this offense to score. Well, his job is to win games, but the offensive play caller part of his job is to get this offense to score points, move the ball, and none of that is happening with any kind of consistency.
No, no, no.
Honestly, I blame more of it on Shane than Dable, but Dable seems to have lost the locker room, so to speak. Like there doesn't seem to be that fire and that passion consistently. They're not playing smart. Then I told you about that play last game, not the Ravens game, the game before that, where the last play of the first half,
Yeah,
they tried a 60-yard field goal, and we put a guy back there, and we blocked the field goal, and the ball's rolling right to him, and he just lets it roll. He just
he's looked at
walks away from
him.
it. That's coaching. Like, what are you doing? Why are you back here?
Right, right. You should know what in every
You
situation you
serve
should know
no
what to
other
do.
purpose but to pick this ball up and run. We put you back here to run this kickoff back,
And he's watching it.
and you watch the ball roll and then step away from it.
We just don't. They have, and it's funny. I guess we've been looking at it really close, but I would say maybe it's probably twice a game, at least twice a game, we get penalized for that. We have a man in motion and he doesn't stop in time. And I'm like, how does this keep happening? It's like the same penalty. And it's always when we and after we always get a great gain on it on that play.
It always negates a great play.
Right.
Now, in fairness, the league does not call that consistently, right? Like Dallas does that all the time. CeeDee
Yes.
Lamb goes in motion and then starts turning upfield before the ball snap 5 or 6 times a game, and they never call it. They never call it. So part of it is that they penalize us for stuff that they don't call on other
I honestly
teams.
think so. I agree
But
with that.
but how many times do we have to get called on it before we stop doing it?
Right. Right.
Okay, other people get away with it, but you don't. So
Right.
you need to stop doing it.
I mean, run down there and just stop. It just stop.
Fundamentals, just fundamentals. It's
It's,
not.
it's all right. It's all right.
Anyway, so listen, you're the optimist. I love that. I love that about you. I guess I'm not a pessimist. I think I'm a realist, but I don't expect this game to be close. Anything can happen. The Falcons are not a great dominant team. Anything can happen. But I would say if we come out of there with even as good a score as we had last week, 35-14, I would settle for that right now.
You know what? I'm just sitting here and I don't know if it's crazy or not, but I see 17 points for the Giants right now. I see
Okay.
Neighbors getting 2 touchdowns. Neighbors getting 2 touchdowns, and then that's it right there.
Okay.
Neighbors is going to light it up for him.
That would be great.
That's what I see. Now defense, I can't tell you. I can see again as long as I see the big numbers. When I see the big numbers and I see us,
It's not a good sign. It's
no,
not a good
not at
sign.
all, not at all. If I see our guys
Or getting
diving at a
dragged
guy,
5 yards after you make the first
right?
hit, and 2 or 3 linemen come and hit the guy from behind and pick him up and lift him up and drag him because we never go low. Like whenever that happens, we are like trying to wrestle somebody to the ground. It only takes one guy to go down to the ground and say, you know what, I'm going to take the legs out. No, we got to be macho man and try to, body him up. And
right. Hey, did you see? Did you? Hey, man, I'm one of our seeing things. Didn't we try that tush push and got pushed back? We lost yardage on it.
Yes, DeVito tried to tush push and did not get there. And part of the problem was that nobody pushed the tush. Like he didn't get pushed. Right. Our guys all pushed their guys, but nobody really pushed Tommy.
Right. Okay.
Like that's kind of the play, is to carry your ball carrier forward. And we didn't do that.
We can't even do the tush push right.
But also, I mean, they just got Michael Pierce back. That was one of the biggest nose tackles in the league, right? So between him and, I mean, they had like a close to 1,000 pounds of beef
in front of us here
between the guards. And we have John Michael Schmitz, who is not a particularly big or strong center, and a couple of backup guards. We didn't use Evan Neal guard yet. He's 6'7", 350. He might have helped on the tush push play.
I wish they would listen to you.
He's out at right tackle whiffing. So don't get me started. There's just so many different things that we could have done better. But anyway, listen, the season is winding down slowly but surely. And we are on the inside track, like I said, to at least the second pick, hopefully the first pick if the Raiders win a game. And hopefully that bodes well for the future.
I believe it will. It definitely has to. I see a lot of people, if you hear, a lot of things going on to people, a lot of people are asking the question, do you want Shador or do you want Cam Ward? What would you do? I even saw one, which is a crazy post, when someone said we should go out and get Sam Darnold and then take Travis Hunter with the first pick.
Right.
What?
No, thank you. I do not want a $50 million quarterback. No, thank you. Or even a $40 million quarterback. We've been there, done that. Don't want that.
Don't need that right now. We need somebody a rookie contract.
A rookie quarterback.
Right. We need a rookie contract.
Have a manageable quarterback price tag for 4 or 5 years.
We'd have loved to have Michael Penix, but hey, we'll see what we could have had.
We'll see what we could have up close and personal.
That's okay.
That's okay. All right, listen, guys. What do y'all think about what we think? Holler at us. Drop us some comments.
Hey, let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe and to share, our little video here. So, let people know what's going on. Because, it's all about Big Blue. Always all about Big Blue.
All about Big Blue.
Win, lose, or draw. It's all about Big Blue.
Yes, sir. So, again, Clay from Brooklyn. Football with the fellas.
It's your man, Mazo. It's all about Big Blue. Hey, we appreciate you all checking us out. And until next time. Peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.